class, we'll talk about IDE and editor. There's a team programming contest and the ACSL contest, and we can just use text editor to complete our programs, because sometimes we won't write wrong programs and we don't even know it. So for this class, we'll talk about some easier way to enhance your effectivity of programming. What is an IDE? IDE is a software application that provides comprehensive facilities to computer programmers for software development. An IDE normally consists of at least a source code editor, build automation tools, and a debugger. Some IDEs, such as NetBeans and Eclipse, contain the necessary compiler, interpreter, or both. Others, such as Sharp Develop and Lazarus, do not. The boundary between an IDE and other parts of the broader software development environments is not well defined. Sometimes a version control system or various tools to simplify the construction of a graphical user interface are integrated. Many modern IDEs also have a class browser, an object browser, and a class hierarchy diagram for use in object-oriented software developments. For example, there are some IDEs: Visual Studio, Microsoft, ReSharper, JetBrains, PHP Storm, JetBrains Qt Creator, Qt, Atom, GitHub, Visual Studio Code, Microsoft, DVC++, MonoDevelop, Microsoft. And the proprietary editors are more well-functioned. They have more functions, but they have less extensions because they are not open source, and some of the proprietary editors are paid. You should pay a lot of money in order to use them. And for open source editors like Atom, Visual Studio Code, these are based on the Electron user interface, and they originally have fewer functions, but they have large amounts of extensions. So somehow Visual Studio Code has more functions than Visual Studio. When coding for ACSL, I recommend you to have these development environment: Visual Studio Code, GNU, G++, GDB, and Java. The installation of them are very easy. So, for example, sudo apt install. Let's have a try. Let's have a try. Sudo apt install G++ GDB, and I'm required to input my password. Then I have already installed them. Also, we can install JRE and JDK. Sudo apt install default JRE and default JDK. I've also installed them, and this is the way to install the JRE and JDK. In order to install the Visual Studio Code, because not included in the universe repository of Ubuntu softwares, so you should download it manually. And we download the DEB package. It's a little bit slow, so we'll continue. I've already mentioned that the Visual Studio Code have a large amount of extensions, and the most used extensions in C++ and Java developments are listed below. You should install them before attending the contest, and they will provide you some tips in coding for intelligent autofill, this kind of things. This is Visual Studio Code. I've already installed it, and my extensions, I've installed these extensions. Most of them are helpful for my development, you can install only the extensions I mentioned in this page, and you will also have a good experience. Configuration of C++. Let's open a folder. Folder, yeah. Test. Let's open a folder. Okay. We have opened it. And then we'll create a plain C++ source file, a.cpp. Okay, we have created it, and we type some C++ code here. We have finished the Hello World program. And then we press F5 or click Start debugging here. Start debugging. And we choose C++ and G++ build and debug active file. And it will generate the launch the JSON file. And then we click F5 again. Let me see. That's so good. Maybe wait for a moment. Okay, I found what happened. The task cannot be found, so we click the build task here, and then we choose G++ build active file again. Then a task will also be generated. Then we can start now. And we switch to the terminal, hello world. So we have successfully debugged the program. And for Java, we create a Java file and we import publics plus b public static void main. Then we system out the print long hello world. If we use C++, we cannot build a task, and what we should do is add a new configuration and choose Java, launch program and current file, and then a new configuration will generate it. And we should switch to the Java. And we should add console integrated terminal. Switch to Java. Get the result. Maybe my debugger have been broken, so cannot get result this time. And if you have the fresh install, you might can run the Java file. And we can do an A plus B program. Int a b c out a plus b. Switch to C++. Okay, we have started debugging. We can input into the terminal and get the result. We can search in no files. If we want to search in this file, we can use edit search, and then we can search what we want. For example, int, and we will find 2 occurrences. But if we want to find the name and all the files, we can switch to the search window, search panel, and search it. And breakpoint. We can add a breakpoint by clicking the red dot before the start of the line, and the program will pause on the breakpoint, then we can read the variables expressions at the breakpoint. After reading the information, we should choose what the program will do. We have several choices: continue, step up, step in, step out, restart, and stop. This is continue, this is step up, this is step in, this is step out, this is restart, and this is stop. And we can add content to the watch section. Enter in a function, monitor changes. Let's practice in person. We have 2 breakpoints here, and then we execute the program. Then we can read some strange values for A and B. This is a normal occurrence because they're not defined in C++. They're not assigned to a value in C++ here. Then we input the value for them, and then after input, the program is still stuck, so we click continue, and the values of A and B changes. Their values have been highlighted. Then we can move our mouse on variables and read their values. Also, we can create watch expressions, A or A plus B. And we can also this is also choice, and then return 0, then the program terminates. That's all for editors of ACSL, especially Visual Studio Code with C++ and Java. Thank you for listening.